What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. Our opponents have an absolute mountain to climb at this stage, and we're only 6 hours into the war. Our top guys have came out and absolutely smashed it. Remember, if you do want to join Red Elite, you can find all of the information on my Discord or on the screen right now. But we're going to get into some of these attacks today. Brilliant stuff. Starting out with the Elf and his Lavaloon. We've talked about Lavaloon. He's got the 6-pack in so many of these previous wars, and we're going to show you all of these different attacks. Now, we did mention in yesterday's video that a lot of people are upgrading offense and not necessarily concentrating as much on defense at the moment, so you have to factor that in, guys, and just realize that, but enjoy these attacks and the 3 stars while we can. Still needs a lot of skill to get these done, and you'll see as the attacks progress the different ways of using the attacks to break down bases and some of the adjustments that you need. Now, the Wall Wrecker, it's amazing. As part of a kill squad, you need to be using it. I really like how he uses a freeze spell on this one. Just that single slot capacity allows the Valkyries to get so much more value out of that kill squad. And then as we come down to the bottom, cuts a Lava Hound across the entire map. Obviously, that is to try and set off air bombs right the way across to this air defense at the other side of the base. And from there, it's really using the haste spells to get the balloons across to them Lava Hounds as fast as possible. But actually, what you want to be doing is getting them in straight away. As soon as them defenses are tanked by the Lava Hounds, get the balloons in, start working that funnel. Notice how he's already taking balloons in from the top of the base here. That's so that they then start to merge in the middle and move directly through the base instead of moving around the base and dotting around all of the defenses. They're actually going to converge in the middle. You can then use your spells more wisely. Your Grand Warden's Tome here towards the end and really help to get the job done. As that rage spell comes in as well, even has a couple of balloons just in case he needed to snipe off any defenses at the end or help with cleanup. But in the end, this attack was not even close. Like I said, there's a lot of different strategies flying around. I think that Lavaloon is definitely the best for Town Hall 12. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you think. If you haven't already, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Lots of attack strategies coming out, lots of meta to be catching up on, and this next one by Wolf, one of our new recruits, slotting in very nicely alongside some of the other guys as well. Actually, he does have 2 brilliant Lavaloon attacks. This one is very impressive, and then the next one, some of the adjustments that he makes in order to get it done is very impressive. We'll obviously explain that as we go along. We don't have to sit here and explain to you why setting a funnel is needed. You guys just need to do it. Baby Dragon gets that done very effectively, and a couple of minions is enough to do it on the left. And then we have that Wall Wrecker again. Look at the value we can get from down at this compartment. We're going to take out a single target Inferno. Not the end of the world, you can surround that with balloons quite easily, but out comes the CC, and the enemy king and queen are down here as well. So mainly the queen, you want to get her down, but also the king can distract some of your minions and things as well. Doesn't seem like the end of the world, but it can group them together, which could actually be detrimental to your raid. Now, there's a lot of defenses at the top here. There's really going to be a lot of damage coming in, so he actually opts to put the haste spells in quickly in order to just get them defenses down, get the balloons moving forward, and wait until you see how many balloons are left over, guys. As they come in, they'll take out these defenses again, that kind of wide barrier around the base, if you will, and then they move forward, and just check out how they do start to clump together. That's when you then can use your main spells. So we had a heal spell there to help them through that wizard tower. Made sure to start bringing some from over on the east as well, just again to help with that pathing. You wouldn't want them kind of zigzagging away from this. You want to get them straight onto that single target Inferno, straight onto that wizard tower. Did have a skeleton spell down in order to distract the single target Inferno and the wizard tower as well. And in the end, just look at how many red balloons. Is the 99 flying around that base? It certainly looks like it, guys. Let me know in the comments, like we said, what your favorite attack strategy is at Town Hall 12. Let's show you the other attack by Wolf, where he made them adjustments, very key adjustments as well. Like we've said, being able to plan an attack is obviously very beneficial, being able to adjust it when things start to go wrong is just as important. And just check this one out. So again, baby dragons, a popular troop in order to set that funnel because they do it so effectively. Then comes his kill squad, the wall wrecker and the heroes, pretty much all you need in some situations. Going to push in, take out the enemy queen, aiming for the CC as well, but watch the attacking queen here. Gets drawn by a couple of these defenses just on the inside. That's going to mean that we don't take out all of the enemy CC. So the queen is going to go down, but the dragon is going to stay alive. Arguably the balloons might be able to kind of get away with that in the haste spells, but not ideal. You need that down ideally, guys. So watch what happens here. Going to let the kill squad fizzle out so that the dragon is drawn over by the balloons, and then watch when all of the defenses get distracted. Just a couple of minions to adapt on the side here, snipe straight into that dragon to take it down. Now it would have been near impossible to do that if he hadn't have took a bit of a chance, took a bit of damage onto them balloons, because the minions would have gone straight down. He needed to sacrifice some of the health on the balloons, then adapted very well. Skeleton spell onto the eagle artillery. Now what that's doing is actually distracting the single target inferno, but you might as well get some damage on the eagle artillery as well. Again, very key things here that can really make the difference. As we get over towards the end, he realizes that the funnel in order to get the balloons directly onto that single target inferno hasn't quite been made here, so he's trying to drop some balloons in to get this mortar and Tesla down. I think he wanted to save one for the wizard tower on the back end, because at this point doesn't have any spells for that either, but arguably the queen is coming around the side and you kind of have to make them decisions. Do you get that funnel set? And ultimately he needed to in order to help the balloons through. Anyway, gets the job done, gets the 3-star, amazing stuff, 6-pack for Wolf. Amazing stuff. Congrats to him. Let's show you the attack against number 1. What's happening at Town Hall 9? Many of you guys asking, the variety at Town Hall 9 is just as great as it ever was. There hasn't been a lot of difference at Town Hall 9, but the witches were changed a little bit, weren't they? So let's show you one of the witch attacks to show you how impressive they really are. Now Superman, another great addition to Red Elite. You have seen in my video yesterday how he uses the Electro Dragons to basically just bulldozer bases, and this attack is no different. Comes in with a nice spread of them alongside a big group of balloons. Now the balloons are actually going to do most of the work here. As they move through the base, they're going to take a lot of the damage, and ultimately he's going to use the clone spells to help them out. So he's trying to get the balloons to tank for the single target infernos. Very nice use of the Grand Warden's ability, and then kind of where the balloons have split up a bit, uses the clone spell to the ones on the right, and then the rage spells actually are used for the balloons, and the Electro Dragons will catch up onto them afterwards. So they do start to fall a little bit in terms of the balloons, but they've done their job in terms of tanking for the Electro Dragons. They can now start catching up, and obviously there is a lot of them to get through the rest of this base. But remember the back end defenses, he's not too bothered if his Electro Dragons go down from that point, because he actually uses his heroes to loop around the back. Let me know what you think. It does work for Superman. He does have maxed heroes, so he can allow himself to have a bit of a greater role there. It all depends on the base. You're probably going to be better off bringing that kill squad and doing it more of the traditional way, but as you can see, no problem with them maxed Electro Dragons to sweep through this base and then use the heroes on the end to finish off the defenses where needed. And he is consistently getting the bases down with that, but obviously we do recognise the fact that he does have them higher level heroes. Let's move down to a Town Hall 9 then, and the high level troops for that matter, guys. I do fully appreciate that. Town Hall 9, witches. You guys have seen that they were given quite a significant boost. Now I still personally feel Lavaloon is probably still the best attack at Town Hall 9, but the variety is there. It's very nice to see. And this witch attack just shows how effective they can be. A couple of witches on either side with the healers. that's not really going to cause them too much damage. They're going to get right the way around the side. It's all whether you can claw out the middle of the base. Bowlers in the CC, I know you can take that Electro Dragon at Town Hall 9, but honestly, we haven't really found it to be too beneficial. The bowlers are so much better for helping you to hollow out the core. As long as you can get in, take that down, use the witches to take out the defenses on the perimeter, you are good to go, guys. So as you can see, standard stuff, 2 jumps, rage, heal, get them through, get that core down. Queen is going to kind of stand back a little bit, means that you can keep her ability, and it means that towards the end of the raid, this is typical of witch attacks. Your troops in the middle will fade out, your witches will then have a lot more reliance on bringing them skeletons, distracting the defenses, and your queen then needs to step up. So as you can see, she gets the core down. Witches have not basically lost anything on the outside. We still have a bunch of them either side, and honestly, they are not going anywhere. Because they have that extra skeleton, they really do distract the defenses so much more effectively. And just look, this base is completely demolished. If you can get them healers along the side, alongside the witches, very, very effective. We always knew the witches was a beast Town Hall 9 strategy, and it really is one of the top ones there now, alongside the hogs, alongside Lavaloon. It's great to see such variety at all Town Hall levels because it is there. That is going to wrap it up for this one though, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.